Dear all, welcome to the course on graphics and design. Today we are going to discuss about web design. Web design is a common name that we hear whenever we discuss about websites and internet. Through this module, let us understand how a web page is designed. An introduction to web pages, designing, principles and methods of web designing is provided by this module. The major areas covered are web pages and websites, an introduction, difference between web page and website, introduction to web design, elements of web design, principles of web design, methods of designing a website, web design software, web design applications. The subject expert for today is Professor F.B. Khan. He is a renowned photographer and media expert currently teaching at AJK MCRC Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, and I am Sakshi Mandwal. Web pages and websites, an introduction. Before we discuss what is web design, let us take a look at what are web pages and website. Websites being primary spaces for web pages. Web pages. A web page, which is also known as web page, is accessed through internet or other networks using an internet browser, Chrome, Mozilla, Firefox, Internet Explorer, and so on. It is commonly written using HTML or hypertext markup language. Every web page has a URL, Uniform Resource Locator, and for accessing the URL needs to be typed on the internet browser. A web page will have audio, video, text, graphics, and so on. The website was created by Tim Berners-Lee at CERN in 1991. Website. A website, also known as web presence, can be defined as the collection of publicly accessible interlinked web pages. Websites share only a single domain. Domain names are those starting with www, for example, www.google.com. Websites are created for individuals, group, business or organization purpose. It has multiple functions, information dissemination being the primary one. The multiple websites constitutes the bigger web of World Wide Web. Difference between website and web page. Is a website and web page same? No. Let us discuss the difference of a website and web page. A website is name given for used web pages in its entirety. A web page is a specific content in a website. For example, www.111school.com can be the website of a school. www.111/faculty will be the web page for showing the details of the faculties of the school. Now let us discuss what a web design is. Web design. The process of creating websites is called web design. It happens on two aspects, web development and web design. Today we are going to give emphasis on the web design part and not on the web developer part, which is a totally different aspect of web design. Web page layout, content production and graphic design constitute the major aspect of web design. One should not confuse that this module deals about web development, which is a task done by computer programmers and software engineers. This section is about the web design, its principles and methods that lead to its aesthetic development. This web design also falls under the category of web development itself. HTML is the language used for the creation of websites. It is a markup language. There are definite tags for running HTML. Web designers use hand code pages and some use softwares like Adobe Dreamweaver. It is also called as WYSIWYG editor as well. The layout and appearance of web page and websites depends upon this. Hand code pages makes website from scratch, While making web pages from scratch, there are chances for them to overlap with the images. For that, a designer can use the option like Save for Web present in programs like Adobe Photoshop. WordPress is also used for making web pages. Templates are present in these softwares for the ease of creation of the web page. Elements of web design. Always ensure the simplicity of a web page. The appearance and outlook of websites are indeed important, but make sure that the web page or the website that you have made is simple in its usage. Do not complicate the usage of a website. The act of gathering specific information from the website must be enabled at ease for the user. Always make sure to restrain from using unnecessary design elements, else the person who is looking at the website will feel it as complicated. The major components of simplicity are color, typefaces, and graphics. Colors. Make sure not to use many loud colors and clutter the design. Use minimal and necessary colors only. Typeface. Giving a designer typeface can create more harm than one user imagine. Always use the standard typeface so that the user may at least be legible enough to read the content given. Always make sure to use minimum number of typefaces. Graphics. It is an important aspect of web design, but make sure to use it only during the places and instances where it is necessary. Do not overuse graphics just to prove your knowledge of the same that you have in it. Key content. Always make sure to keep the eye of the audience on the key content. Always make sure to add the visual texture of the content. Websites these days are so cluttered that the user becomes unable even to find the key elements and messages. A fine balance between the aesthetics and usability of the content should be maintained. Visual hierarchy. While doing design, always make sure to keep up the visual hierarchy. The arrangement of visual elements in a website is done through the principle of visual hierarchy. The natural gravitation of the user towards the key content is also ensured using this principle. The position, color, and size of the elements of the picture can be ensured through this method. Navigation. Navigation is the key to design. If there is no proper graphical user interface, that is GUI, the navigation between the websites becomes impossible. A proper channel for navigation must be ensured while designing websites. There should not be confusion left for the user to determine from where to where she should go. It must be kept at ease. The measures to ensure ease of navigation include maintaining simple structure for the website, keeping it at a standard where even a newbie can use it. Place investigation in the footer or header of your site. Do not keep navigation at the sides. The search box usually placed at the upper right hand side of your website can be your life savior. The links to other pages must be given in the website itself. Make sure the user need not dig deeper to get information. Minimize the number of options given for navigation in the website. Ensure consistency on the top navigation content. Consistency. While designing and maintaining the website, make sure that it is consistent in its outlook. It should not be like if the homepage is in blue and yellow and there is a stark contrast in the color schemes of the other web pages in the website. Another factor to take care while designing a web page and its consistency are backgrounds, color, schemes, typefaces, and tone of the colors used. The consistency does not mean that you have to be cautious in keeping the uniform layouts. Different layouts must be different and there should be an invisible link of connection between them. Visitors will understand what type of information will be given based on this factor. Accessibility. Accessibility refers to the case at which a user can use web design. The accessibility factor changes depending upon the technology used. The response given by a user determines its accessibility. The major concern regarding the present times is the accessibility and content management. People access internet through various devices like tablets, smartphones, laptop, personal computer, smartwatch, and so on. In these cases, we can see an option that says optimize according to the device or optimized 5 minutes ago. This refers to the possibilities of accessibility. While designing a website, keep in mind that this website will be used in various platforms including as mobile phone application. While ensuring the identity of the website, make sure it can be used in all platforms. Conventionality. As constant users of the internet, the users of the present internet technology is used to certain norms and conditions while using the website. This is called conventionality. The major conventions maintained by the present users are being familiar with the main navigation at the top or left side of the web page, the placement of a logo at the top left or center of a page to ensure its authenticity, ensuring the logo is clickable so that it always brings a visitor back to the home page, making the links change color when a user clicks on it. Always remember that while making a website, you need not be always thinking out of the box. By making sure of the design and the conventions, you are actually empowering the user. Remember the design principle that the design is for the user and not for the aesthetic sense of the creator. There is nothing to be ashamed of while making a design in the mundane. Why? Because the user needs the familiar and not the complex and out of the ordinary stuff. The familiarity aspect actually works while designing a website. Credibility. Like in any other field, credibility is an important feature of web designing as well. The familiarity element that you provide a user based on web conventions can give an ultimate credibility to your website. The ultimate user experience is actually based on this factor of credibility alone. Always ensure to keep the truth factor regarding the product and service that you will have to sell or introduce to your audience, and write this on the home page or give the link to it in the most visible manner and preferably in the right hand side of the website. Never make a user to dig deeper to find the basic purpose of the website or the product that is being announced. Strategies like showing the price of the product in the website and giving a filter that can ensure the price gives further credibility to the website. The credibility of your website depends upon the transparency that you ensure in the website. Friendly. The content created should be user-friendly. There should be the element of user centricity while making the content. Make sure of the GUI features as well so that you can use the optimum of your website. The usability or user-friendliness of websites can be checked with the help of testing tools. Some of the testing tools are Crazy Egg, Loop 11 and so on. Always make sure to see the aspects of design by considering yourself from the side of the user. Principles of web design. In this section, let us discuss the basic principles of web designing. Purpose. While designing a website, make sure of the purpose of it. An educational website will not be same as that of an e-commerce website. The aims of the target audience based on information, entertainment, interaction or business transaction must be ensured while making a website. The specific needs of the users must be addressed while ensuring the purpose of the design. Communication. The users of the internet are always in a fast-paced mode to get the information out. While making a website, make sure that you disseminate information quickly to the audience. The ease of understanding information to decipher the information easily must be ensured. Usage of headings, subheadings, information and bulleted points can actually contribute to the formation of ease of communication between you and the audience. Fonts. Always make sure that the fonts that you use are easy to read. Never give complex fonts like Bradley Hand or Chiller while using official information websites. Stick on to the legible fonts like Times New Roman, Sans Serif for ensuring the right usage of fonts. Colors. Always make sure to use the right color pattern while using colors for the website. Else it will create more of a reading difficulty for the user. Always use complementary shade to ensure the harmony and balance of the pages as well. While using colors, make sure to use the right shades, else the entire reading pattern of the content will be difficult to comprehend. Do not use too much of a bright shades as well, as it will mislead the user. Make sure to leave blank space or white space for ensuring the readability factor of the audience. Images. Make sure to use the right images. Instead of writing 100 lines on an issue, giving one image can be sufficient while making a web page. The brand positioning and connection with your target audience can be ensured while using images. Videos, graphic content like diagrams and charts can enhance the outlook of your website. Grid. While using layouts, make sure to use the grid-based ones. While using grids, it can place the content in the right position. Instead of placing the content here and there, using a grid can be pleasing for the audience's eyes as well. These layouts can arrange the contents of your web page into specific sections. F-pattern design. The F-pattern design is important while dealing with designing. It has been researched that the people who read through screens go through the contents in an F pattern. So make sure to place the content while designing in an F pattern. The top and left of the screen must hold the most important information according to this rule. But there are also studies that say people read the right side first rather than the left side. Always make sure to give your contents to the required importance based on spaces. Loading. Loading is one word that a user often hears and hates. A website that takes ages to load is generally avoided by its users. Proper optimization must be done in order to make the load time lesser for the audience. Using JavaScripted files, CSS, HTML, all must be used while ensuring the load timer. Mobile friendly. The user of the present times use mobile phone mainly as their source of using internet. Make sure to maintain the design of your website become more friendly. While designing, one must remember that the contents need to be checked from various devices. These are the basic principles that one must follow while designing a web. Methods of designing a website. The creativity of a designer is reflected while making a website. It requires enough visualization technique from the side of the web designer. The marketing of your entire endeavors depend upon the methods involved in designing a website. The credibility and reliability of a website is dependent upon the website that one creates. The web presence of an individual or business firm is ensured by using web design techniques. There are two broad classifications for web designing. They are static website designing and dynamic website designing. Let us discuss what these websites are. Static websites. The websites that post basic information about an individual or a firm is called static website. It can be considered as a basic, simple and easy way to introduce a firm to the online world. The image of a corporate firm or a simple business venture is shown through this website. It shows the product or business in its most true and raw format. Even if it is easy to create a static website, making changes to it is a difficult task. It is also cost effective as the financial charges are less to make static websites. A web designer who has a good visualization skill and programming skill can actually create a good static website. The features of a static website are often compared to that of an online brochure or catalog. Dynamic website. The need from the part of customers and consumers of the internet to feel and experience while browsing website resulted in the creation of a dynamic website. The major feature of a dynamic website is that it is constantly updated. The internet experience of using a website based on interaction is ensured while using a dynamic website. The interactivity between the user and the entrepreneur is ensured by using dynamic websites. The curiosity of the user with regard to the content is maintained by these kind of websites. Expressive and lucid websites are created by using the techniques of dynamic website. The major advantages of using dynamic websites are the addition and management of content, information and video without the help of webmaster. Webmaster is someone who creates a website. The task of including web pages and subsections are maintained easier. The management of the website becomes easy. The management of the website visitors can be done, thus enhancing the purpose of creation of the website. Easier to use, these websites can appeal the visual experience of the users. Web design mobile-based applications. While reading the above sections, do not feel that the creation of the websites are a Herculean task. There are even more mobile phone-based applications that can help a designer in doing the task of web design. They are Blocks. Blocks can be basically used for Mac operating system. The basic focus of this app is simplicity. Aims to build modern quality static websites. No need to write or understand codes. Sketch provides the use and ease of use. Ensures power, flexibility and speed while using. Lightweight and easy to use software. Atomic have inbuilt prototype and collaboration tools intersurface design software. Ensures the next age digital experience for the user. CodePen. Advanced techniques present in the app. Provides editable source code. Comes with a front-end developer playground. Affinity Designer. A vector graphic design software, one of the softwares with good speed of use. Precision also guaranteed by the manufacturers. SYGOMG. This application ensures GUI features, even if there are no complete options of SVGO. In this, SVGO MG can be used as an easy to use mobile based application. Macao. It is an easy and flexible like an image editor. This software uses HTML and CSS. InVision does prototyping and collaboration. One of the leading ventures, Adobe Comp CC, can be easily used in iPad. Layout creation can be done in a touch. Can convert natural drawings to crisp graphics. Vector shapes, images, colors and text style used. Pixate works in Android and iOS. Complex animations can be created. No coding required. Designs to prototypes can be created. Web design software. In this section, let us discuss some software for web designing. WordPress is an ideal software for the beginners. Some of the essential web design software includes Adobe Photoshop, GIMP, free, Sketch, Adobe Dreamweaver, Color Wheel, free, Pictaculous, free, Balsamiq, free, Lightshot, free, Sublime Text 2, WOMP or MAMP, free, Chrome Dev Tools. Conclusion. Dear all, hope you all had a good time learning the course on web design. Web design as a practice ensures you with job skills and makes you ready for the industry. In this module, we have discussed the theoretical and practical applications of web design. The methods, elements and principles of web design enable you to give a short introduction to the field. The mobile-based applications and introduction to software gives hands-on approach to web designing. We must take note that in this module only the designing part of web design is discussed and not its web development side. The practice of web design must ensure the ease of its user and not on the complex aesthetics skill this possesses. That is all that we had for you in this episode. Till the next time, it's a goodbye.